Hi, hello. In this video, we are going to see about remote causes of death from wound. And a synonym for remote are indirect or otherwise delayed causes. And here, before going to the actual discussion, this is an extensive list of causes that can cause death from a wound. First and foremost, infection, gangrene or necrosis, crush syndrome, neglect of an injured person, surgical procedures or any medical interventions, natural diseases, supervention of diseases from a traumatic lesions, ARDS, thrombosis and embolism, DIC. And here the things which have been highlighted in white inks have been discussed today, and in other video we will discuss about thrombosis and embolism and DIC. And here, before going to the topic, why we need to look for the exact cause that has resulted for a death on a patient who has been suffering from a wound. And here the possible medical legal point of importance is we need to fix the liability, whether a wound that has resulted in death or any of the complications of a wound that has resulted in death, we need to ascertain. And here we are about to fix a liability on the person who has inflicted the injury, or in other words, the assailant who has caused the injury. And a second scenario where there been original trauma present, where due to a part of a medical intervention where a doctor show a part of a negligent act or a complete act of negligence which has resulted in a complications relating to the act of omission or an act of commission, and which has resulted in a death of a person, then a doctor is also responsible for a cause of death. And here we are about to fix the liability. And first and foremost, before going to the explanation part relating to infection, we will discuss about some of the definitions relating to it. First and foremost, septicemia is a presence of a rapidly multiplying highly pathogenic bacteria in blood, and pyemia is a dissemination of small septic thrombi in blood which causes their effects at the site where they are being lodged in. And here to be in other words, they are pus forming bacteria that have been released from a abscess. And third definition, bacteremia is a presence of small number of bacteria in blood which they don't multiply significantly. And when you compare bacteremia to septicemia, in septicemia the rate of multiplication is higher, but in bacteremia there is no any significant multiplying of bacteria. Wound infection may be caused by the organisms that have already been present on the body surface of the victim, or otherwise they invade from a nearby surrounding. And here, due to discontinuity of an epithelial layer, where if there been an easy entry or easy portal entry for a bacteria into the underlying structures. Infection may be of primary infection, secondary, direct infection, remote, traumatic, debilitating infections. Based on the time entry of an organism, the infection can be broadly divided into two. One is primary and another is secondary. In primary, where a pathogen that have been adherent to a skin or otherwise to the cloth material or to the dirt material, they invade the tissue, the broken tissue part or the wound. And in case of secondary infection, where the invasion occurs through an airborne droplet infection or otherwise through a contaminated dressings. And second way of classification is according to the distance of an infected organ from the site of trauma. And again here it can be classified into two: First and foremost is direct infection. Second is remote infection. Direct infection, it can occur through a stab wound or a gunshot wound, where the infected part or the infected viscera is just beneath the site of trauma. And in case of remote infection, where a site of trauma is present, where the viscera underneath is also been infected, but in a remote viscera is also been involved. An example is criminal abortion. And here, in case of direct infection, the area that lies underneath the site of injury. In remote infection, the infected area lies away from the site of injury. And where a surgical procedure that has been carried out without following any aseptic precautions. So it has resulted in a direct infection on uterus part, and due to that the uterine infections has been manifested, and as a result of uterine infection, the patient develops a features of meningitis. So here in case where due to a direct insult or an injury underneath the viscera, where uterus been underneath the viscera, where direct infection has been occurred, and in a remote area away from the wound site, where there have been features of meningitis have occurred as a result of complications towards uterine infection. And in traumatic and debilitating conditions, and in traumatic, where there been a presence of a skin disease or an already existing skin disease after an infliction of an injury on that part, it has caused a widespread septicemia or otherwise a pyemia condition, and where a dead tissue and presence of an extravasation of blood favor the environment to promote bacterial growth. And other debilitating conditions where a person where he suffers from any sort of pre-existing disease disorders or otherwise on an immune suppression, drugs or medication can cause a debilitating condition where the vital status of an individual is being poor. So he is prone for maximum grave illnesses can occur. Coming to effects, where effects based on the organisms that invade the wound site. First and foremost, a pyogenic cocci. In case of pyogenic cocci, if it be in a case of a streptococcal infection, where there will be a presentation of localized abscesses, and if it is due to a streptococcal infection, where there will be a presentation of diffuse spreading cellulitis, and if it be in a causative organism being Bacillus protease and other groups of Bacillus, where it causes a suppurative lesion in association with a pyogenic cocci. And in cases of Clostridium cellulitis or a clostridial group of organisms, where they are prone for causing gas gangrene like manifestation. And here Clostridium perfringens is most commonly responsible for gas gangrene presentation. And in gas gangrene, there will be a massive, rapid necrosis of muscle tissue, which causes severe toxemia in an individual. And in case of gangrene or necrosis, where in gangrene is a death of a part accompanied by a signs of putrefaction, and it results in a severe crushing of part and a tearing of blood vessels. And in case of gangrene again it can be divided into three: dry gas gangrene and wet or otherwise moist gangrene. And here the mechanism is begin when and where an injury occurs, there has been a process of thrombosis and a concerned part decrease. There has been a reduction in the blood supply, and if the state untreated, and there will be a swelling followed by, and there will be invasion of bacteria to the near adjacent soft tissue, and presentation of gas gangrene or necrosis is more likely to occur. Crush syndrome, otherwise known as traumatic rhabdomyolysis or otherwise Bywaters syndrome. And crush syndrome is a life-threatening medical condition characterized by features of shock and features of renal failure that have been following a crush injury to part of a skeletal muscle. And the classical presentation of a crush syndrome is traumatic tubular necrosis of kidneys and necrosis of the involved part. And these are the causes for crush syndrome. The etiological factors, like if there has been an industrial accident or any sort of accident where a part of an extremity has undergone a state of crushing. And even crush syndrome can occur due to even cases of extensive burns and in cases of poisons relating to mercury components. And here the most common will be of a falling of a mansard, where even it could be of an accidental and even it could be of an intentional causes. Pathogenesis of crush syndrome: first and foremost, hypovolemia; second, electrolyte abnormalities; third, features of DIC; fourth, release of myoglobin into general circulation. First, we will discuss about features of hypovolemia, where a part of an extremity, most commonly lower limbs, have been crushed more often. And here, in case when a muscle, when a part of an extremity goes for a compression, where there has been a crushing of underlying muscles also occur, and here sequestration of large volume of intravascular fluid occur, and followed by there will be an increase in capillary permeability, and which has resulted in features of hypovolemia. And if the state has been not cleared off, or there is no any medical intervention, the feature can land, these features can land into phase of shock, and ultimately collapse and death of an individual occur. And second point, towards electrolyte abnormalities, and here where the levels of calcium decreases, levels of potassium increases, and levels of phosphate increases. And first and foremost, relating to features of hypocalcemia, where when a muscle has gone to a phase of a compression, there has been an influx of calcium and 0.2 towards potassium, and here due to local acidemic features, where as a result of a muscle destruction, there is increased level of potassium, and when there been an increased level of potassium, and it causes cardiotoxicity features, and it can result in functional abnormalities of heart, and it can present as an arrhythmias, and where a sudden death is more likely. And when you take first two features, where hypovolemia and hyperkalemia are more responsible for causing early death in case of a crush syndrome victims, and features of DIC will be present. And myoglobin is a heme protein, and more commonly in cardiac and skeletal muscle, where their function is to transport oxygen to the tissue. And here, in case estimating or an estimation of myoglobin is being done to assess the level of muscle injury in a victim. And if in case myoglobin which have been released into circulation, and it can result in features of renal failure, and due to decreased perfusion of blood by blocking the arterioles and the arteries, and it can ultimately causes cast formation and tubular obstruction in kidney. There won't be any significant pathological abnormality, but in case of microscopical examination, where you can able to note features of degeneration and necrosis of focal portions, especially distal part of Henle's loop and distal convolutal tubules, where proximal convolutal tube have been spared. Regarding cause of death, and usually the earlier deaths are been reported and the most common pathogenesis or the reason being hypovolemic shock and hyperkalemia are responsible for causing early death in an individual who has undergone a crush syndrome. And most commonly, a death can occur within a range period of 1 to 2 weeks after an injury in crush syndrome. Point number 4, a neglect of an injured person. Death may occur from the complications that have been arising from a simple injury. And the reasons could be, first and foremost, is the improper treatment, or second, negligence on the part of a doctor, third, willful disobedience on the part of a patient, or otherwise a contributory negligence from both the doctor and the patient. Point number 5, towards surgical operation or otherwise medical interventions. And here there will be an original injury where it can causes 80% of fatality. காயங்கள் ஏற்பட்டிருக்கு 80% மரணத்தை ஏற்படுத்தக்கூடிய காயங்கள் அவனுக்கு ஏற்பட்டிருக்கு. இங்க மெடிக்கல் இன்டர்வென்ஷன் பண்ணியாச்சு, சக்சஸ்ஃபுல்லா மெடிக்கல் இன்டர்வென்ஷன் பண்ணியாச்சு. மெடிக்கல் டீம் மேல எந்த நெக்லிஜென்ஸும் இல்லை, ப்ராப்பர் கேர் ஹஸ் பீன் given. There is no question relating to negligence, and in spite of the treatment provided, victim dies. And here the liability of charge is on the assailant who has caused the injury, and he is being responsible, and he has been charged under for murder under 302 IPC. And the second scenario where the same history, original injury present, 80% fatality, medical intervention done, yes, no issue. But here in case where doctor was negligent, it means that he failed to provide a proper care and treatment, so that it has resulted in death of a victim. டாக்டர் மேல குறைபாடு இருக்கு, டாக்டர் கவனக்குறைவா ஈடுபட்டுட்டாங்க, அந்த குறைபாடுகள்னால ஏற்பட்ட மரணம். இங்க டாக்டர் as well as the assailant, யாரு காயத்தை ஏற்படுத்தினாங்களோ ரெண்டு பேரும் liable. ஃபர்ஸ்ட் டாக்டருக்கு பனிஷ்மெண்ட் 304A IPC. இங்க அசைலியன்ட்டுக்கு he is responsible again charges on 302 IPC. The continuation of from the previous slide, and here the original injury present, but here it is 50% of fatality. And again this is a pure example for an easy better understanding, and where an injury being presented and 50% of fatality, medical intervention done, no negligence on the part of a health team that has been involved, victim dies, and here the responsible individual or the assailant is being charged under culpable homicide under IPC number 299. And same scenario where there been a original injury and medical intervention done, doctor been negligent, victim dies. Here liability on both doctor as well as on the assailant, and here doctor been framed under 304A IPC, and the assailant who is responsible for the act been framed under 299 IPC. Alright, for easy understanding. Coming to point number 6, there been presence of a natural disease and individual has received a multiple injuries or a wound, and which has accelerated the death process, and the death process been accelerated by the assault that has been caused by the assailant. And here where a person who has been suffering from miliary aneurysm or already been a known case of chronic heart diseases, or there have been features of fatty degeneration on the part of heart, or he been suffering from amoebic liver abscess, or been suffering from hydrated cyst, or on features of enlarged spleen due to any infected state or any hematological disorder, where in case due to a slightest violence or a minimal trauma which has precipitated the underlying conditions that he has been suffering so, and which has accelerated the death. and this is the relation between natural diseases and the assault, and again these are remote causes of death. Point number 7, supervention of diseases from a traumatic lesion. And here in case where there been an injury, where we are discussing about the image on the description on the left side, where there been a presence of spinal cord injury and which has caused paraplegia, where restricted movement and individual been bedridden, so he develops bed sores, and following the complications of spinal cord injury, there have been features of septic cystitis and general exhaustion has been present, and finally it has caused a death of a person. And second example, where an artery been damaged by a passing of bullet underneath, and the bullet has created a false aneurysm. On the course of treatment, there been on the course of treatment or on the course of hospitalization, where there been a rupture of aneurysm which has resulted in an extensive hemorrhage, and finally it has resulted in death of a individual. A disease condition has been accelerated. There has been a disease condition due to a trauma and accelerated in later point of time, and which has resulted in death of a person. Point number 8, towards adult respiratory distress syndrome, and here otherwise ARDS, where the causes are heavy impacts on part of a thorax, either due to a blast injury to the chest or otherwise due to a pulmonary infection, and other causes are toxins, systemic shock due to irritant gases, or otherwise aspiration of gastric contents, or otherwise due to a near drowning individual who has been rescued or been resuscitated after a history of drowning. And here in case these are the etiologies of ARDS, and where a victim will show features of severe dyspnea, progressive respiratory failure due to poor exchange of gases, and even it causes diffuse alveolar damage also. On gross, lungs appear dark red in color, congested and stiff and edematous in nature. On histological sections, intraalveolar exudates, formation of hyaline membrane, alveolar or interstitial edema, and patchy alveolar hemorrhages are seen on parts of lung. Thank you so much for your patient listening. If there have been any doubt, query relating to this topic discussed, kindly address those issues in comment section below, or otherwise text through any of the social media links provided in description section. Thank you so much.